So, folks, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is another case study about a 3PL. So, obviously a logistics company. So these guys were actually a 3PL for a major paper manufacturer in the whole US, right? And these guys are a major 3PL, I mean, in the Southeast region, Charlotte, North Carolina area. And they were having all these issues with this, I mean, they were not able to. They were getting blamed basically, right? And 3PL is a tough business. I mean, I feel I empathize with them a lot because I've seen and I've worked with a lot of 3PLs both during my WMS days as well as even now we've turned on LoadProof for a lot of 3PLs, and 11 of the top 50 3PLs in the US are our customers, right? And 3PL is a very important vertical for us for many reasons. Top one, top two verticals for us, and I feel really bad for them because it's a tough business, right? It's a tough business. So these guys are a 3PL that's supporting that major paper manufacturer in the North Carolina, Charlotte, in that region, and they were having issues. They were getting blames, and they were like, this gentleman Mike was losing sleep, and he was like, hey man, I gotta get this problem fixed. And they came to us, and then we set them up with the LoadProof, and they're super happy. And especially during the COVID time, it worked out really well for them, because what happened was, right, that paper manufacturer would visit their facilities, right, visit the 3PL facilities to make sure the SLA is set, SLA levels are met, to make sure, right, the quality process are followed in the 3PL facility. It's a ridiculously strict audit. And with COVID, those guys weren't able to come, and they were trying to figure out how to do this, and LoadProof came really nicely, very handy, and they were able to show that, hey, look at this. They were even able to do a operation self-audit and show the results, right? Hey, if you want, you can take a look at it. Don't want, you don't have to look at it. And because of that, they were able to save travel cost on both sides, on the OEM paper manufacturer, and as well as these guys, their 3PL end. So, I mean, they did some, extensive, photo documentation because they wanted to improve that relationship with the paper manufacturer. They were not doing that great. So they documented everything. I mean, even, hey, is the trash can in the right place? Is the, fire, system that's, I mean, if there is a fire, you have to put out the fire, right? Whatever systems that they have deployed to put out that fire, is that working in proper condition? Is the place clean? Is the forklift inspection that's happening perfectly? Is the people are obviously, right, the warehouse operators come and take the forklift and use it, and then at the end of the day hand it over, give it back. So at that time, is everything perfect? I mean, is anything broken? Any wear and tear issues, right? Everything they did, and it was such a great job these guys did, and eventually, right, the rest of the sites in the 3PL network came on board. And that was actually, I still remember, there was one gentleman in Chicago, even though we showed him, he's like, hey, you know what, guys, I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. Forget it. That's what he said. And then you won't believe, after 6 months, he came back and said, hey guys, I need it. You know what, I find this value now, when we just had a major claim that came to us, and we didn't know how to. We wish we had started using LoadProof at that time, and then they came back, and then they started using. So my point is that so much value added. See, the only thing is that because the 3PL they're in the process, right? Their job is to distribute the product. Their job is to ship the product. Their job is to deliver the product. The inventory does not sit in the books of the 3PL. The inventory still sits in the financials of the OEM. So they're they're not going to have tremendous savings in terms of the damages and things like that. But the 3PL will build immense goodwill with your OEM customer. So you can show, hey guys, look at this. We did a great job. We are doing a great job. We do follow everything perfectly, and you can improve that relationship. You can improve that trust. You can be very transparent. And we also found one more thing. Often when you're able to, as a 3PL, when you're able to provide this service, what happens is the OEM is willing to pay for it. The OEM is not only for the subscription cost for LoadProof, but also even for the labor that you guys send. We have found this in many cases where they're able to do it. So and again again the 3PL is in a unique situation, because if there is a retailer chargeback that comes back to the OEM, they're like, hey 3PL, what happened, man? I mean, we trusted you. You are one of the best in the business, and that's why we gave our business to you, and what's happening. So they get dinged on both sides, right? One is the retailer is giving chargeback, the other one is the OEM is turning around and looking at them wondering, hey, what the heck is happening? So they get dinged on both sides. So it's a really, really tough spot. And I've worked with 3PLs, like I said. The only thing that they have control, the 3PL has control over, is the quality of the labor work they do and the labor cost, right? So it's very tough to run it optimally, and obviously, right, everybody goes to 3PL because they get to take advantage of the economies of scale, right? If you would buy yourself, you would buy only 1,000 boxes. The 3PL is already buying 100,000 boxes for all their customers, so they can easily add 1,000, 2,000 and then get you a better pricing, better everything, right? Discount and all that. So the 3PL is a very, very interesting business, and we got 11 of the top 50 3PLs in the US as customers. So we'll be happy to help. Please talk to us, and again, we'll give you a free trial, and we guarantee you that you're going to have the peace of mind. That's the 3PL, the peace of mind, the transparency, the trust, the relationship, and you can even pass on that cost to your customers. It works out really, really well, right? And these guys save a lot of dollars, and they're they implemented the rest of their sites in this same network. And for that, the sites that were catering to that paper manufacturer, right? So it's a great experience working with them, especially when they said, right, the rest of first they implemented the first site, and then there was another site that this lady was very excited to have it, and she said, what, I got to have it. And then the third site or fourth site is what they didn't turn it on at that time, but after like 6 months they came back and said, oh guys, we need it, right? That's all very, very interesting dynamic that we're able to see. And I mean, obviously, right, at the end of the day, we make your life better. You're not sitting there and wondering and have butterflies in your tummy when you get that email about chargeback. So, and another thing that we have found, right, again, it's a great system. Within 10 seconds you can capture photos and upload. The last thing we want to do is make you spend hours, right, just capturing photo. It should not be that hard with all the technology that we have. We are all working, right? Every one of us is working with a very, very powerful computer in our hand. That's our smartphone. So it's not very quickly you can upload photos, very quickly you can type, very quickly you can share, and there are a ton of more advanced features that's coming. It's like the holy grail of supply chain visibility, right? That's we are working on. So all that will be awesome to see for you, and provide that awesome visibility to your OEM customer, right? So talk to us, and again, right? I mean, I'm not going to sell something that you don't want and then run away. We are here for the long term, and like I said, I literally see people that I've worked with 20 years ago. They wave at me, hey Puga, how is it going, right? So yeah, talk to us, and we guarantee you that we can save a ton of dollars. We can save, like we did for other 3PLs, right? And we are alive in close to 500 sites in 12 plus countries, right? So yeah, thank you very much for your time. Hope this was useful, and talk to us, and we'll love to save you some solid dollars for you. Thank you.